Good morning, everyone. This is Royce coming back at you with yet another Let's Try. And February has come and is almost gone, which means that most holy of times is coming, Lobster Fest. So as a kid, I never really got the association with late winter, early spring, and seafood. As an adult, I know now it's because of Lent. Red Lobster is capitalizing on a niche. The same way McDonald's did when they introduced the filet of fish. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And today we are trying something new from their menu. They actually introduced quite a few new things to their menu this year. I actually got my brother one of the other new things, the lobster roll. It's a couple of King's Hawaiian rolls, split apart and grilled and stuffed with lobster meat. It's basically going, hey, you don't want to mess around with all that cracking and picking of the meat. No. You just want to shove as much of this seafood in your face as possible. The reason why I got my brother that, even though it was actually kind of the most expensive new item, technically not the most expensive item overall, that would be the Pick 3 Lobster Trio, which I believe it clocks in at $69. And I can't abide by that. Nor can I really abide by what I paid for his food, which was $31, $30.99, plus tax, obviously. For, let's see, Iowa's 7% tax, I think. For a very bare bones meal. Just a side and the sandwich. And the sandwich doesn't even have any toppings in it. And it's not like a lobster roll like with the lobster salad where it's got the mayonnaise in it. No. It's just straight up lobster meat. It comes with a side of drawn butter. It is such a frivolous thing. And I know what y'all are saying. Royce, I thought you were broke. Baby. I am budgeting more now. My mom actually made a spreadsheet for me because she's like, Royce, you have to stop doing this. You have to stop overexerting yourself. But I actually thought I was more broke than I was because I thought I hadn't made my car payment this month when I actually had. But because I have auto pay on, it still auto deposited on the day I set up, even though I had paid early, and then that had to get reversed. So I'm actually not in as bad a shape as I thought I was. And I'm going back to meal prep. I stopped for a little bit at the start of the month for some reason. Oh, because I was sick. No, wait. Was I still sick? Oh, Lord. February is such a fast month. You wouldn't think that missing 4 days would be that much, but it is. It is insanely fast. It is actually kind of weird. I feel like if we just took the ones out of the months that end in 31 days, we could just bring February up to 30 days and have a more even calendar instead of this 31, 30, 31, 30, 31, 31, 28. It's weird. Also, a weird question for y'all. Do y'all count December and January as back-to-back months? Because those two and then July and August are the only months that are back-to-back same amount of days with 31 in each. Anyway, you're not here to hear me talk about dumb calendar stuff. You're here to see me talk about dumb seafood stuff as we try the new shrimp and lobster linguini. Ha ha ha. I doth love a good seafood dish. Now, this was a little cheaper than the lobster roll. This was, I believe, $25.99. And as a side, a cup of their new lobster bisque. it's weird because, like, I feel like American seafood is very Italian. Like, calamari is Italian. You know, branzino is Italian. Salmon is, like, that's naturally occurring in the U.S., so that's, obvious. But a lot of our seafood, like, a lot of our seafood motifs lean Italian, like putting lemon on your seafood or anything like that. Let's try shrimp. Very well cooked, surprisingly. Looks like it has their normal Alfredo sauce, which is weird that their linguini has an Alfredo on it. Like, you'd think they do fettuccine. I guess, well, linguini is literally cheaper, I think, because, it's like fettuccine, but it's smaller. I do prefer the Alfredo sauce at Olive Garden. I know this is going to sound dumb, but it is more authentic. This is closer to like the Prego, the canned ragu, the canned Alfredo sauce you get at the store. It's claw meat, but it's still lobster. That's something I noticed with Red Lobster's like lobster stuff is it's all like unless you get lobster tail specifically, it's all claw meat, which tells me that they have just what I think is happening is they get an excess of claw meat from all their from making all those tails, and they just put it in a bunch of other stuff, and that's Lobster Fest. It's them liquidating their backup of frozen lobster claws. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like it's a savvy way to run your business, especially if you're called Red Lobster. Um, it's nice to see them getting back on their feet after the debacle last year, where they went completely bankrupt. No, it was 2 years ago now, wasn't it? No, when was it? Oh Lord, my brain hurts. Like one, one I've been up since last night. Two, I drove around a lot today. I'm finally selling the Buick. Um, that's going to be fun. But the old title to it is currently rotting away under a pile of black mold. So I had to get a new title printed up, and it's going to be mailed to me in a few weeks. And I know what you're all thinking. Royce, how much did you sell the Buick for? Well, before I tell you the price that I sold it for, I need to tell you all that before I moved closer to my work, I used to drive 40 miles both ways, so 80-mile round trip to work every night, 5 nights a week. And I did this with that car from the years of 2018 to 2022 when I moved in with my cousin. $80 miles a day for 6 years. Or, well, let's put it like this. 400 miles a week for 6 years. I rarely ever took a day off because, like, quite frankly, it was really hard to keep a night audit alternate then. The cream is like so. The cream sauce is weirdly again, it's super processed tasting. Like, it's very salty. And it's got that like film, that greasy filminess on it. Like when you get not when you make Velveeta nachos. Like this is a fast food Alfredo that they charged me over $20 for. Pardon me a second. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I've been out all day. It's warmer today, but it's still cold. The tomatoes are a nice addition to this, where it's just a little pop of citrus with all this. Tomatoes are citrus, right? I can't remember because they're like very sour. The shrimp is so good, but then the lobster just goes in and it's like, no, 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 no. This is the good stuff. Come on, get up. There we go. You can probably hear the minor noises of the outside world. I got the window open because I have to turn my fans off for recording. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I think it's funny that Ron White was so shocked by the concept of zero degrees Fahrenheit. Because one of his bits from a old special I used to watch as a kid was being in an RV at a casino, he was playing the casino, and he looked at the temperature outside, and it said 0 degrees, and and his wife asked, "What's the temp?" And he said, "There isn't one." As he said something very clever, especially for him. Like it's there doesn't appear to be any climate at all, or something like that. Like we're in a neutral area or something. But of course, he is a Texan. He's a like during that horrible winter storm they had. It was like 30 degrees. I live in an area where it's triple digits in the summer, negative double digits in the winter. Texas is just a weird ecosystem in general. Not like weird, like not ecosystem, but like culture. Like the cities are designed very poorly, allegedly. I only know from people complaining. Um, why are you shelling this? How are they... You'd think they clean it a little better. But, like, I don't know. Texas and New York, they're like very... I need to blow my nose again. Hold on. Man, I thought it was the weather, but I might be allergic to shellfish. Oh no. If I start swelling up like a balloon, well, it's just a Tuesday for me. I don't want to drink out of it. Whatever. I shouldn't have eaten all that at once, but... Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let's try a little bit of the lobster bisque. This is probably going in the fridge. Piss. The lid fell. I think it landed. There we go. Alright. Let's try it. Very tomatoey. Like, I've had a lobster bisque or two in my time. As I've said, Disney World. I frequent the lobster bisque at Walmart. This tastes a lot more like a creamy tomato soup. And like, I will say, they do give you a lot. They had a cup and a bowl, and I got 2 cups. One for me, one for Joe. And this is a lot for a cup. But, again, it's very tomatoey. It's more tomatoey than the pasta was, which had tomatoes in it. And bisques aren't supposed to be tomatoey. They're cream soups, aren't they? Excuse me. Oh, Lord, I'm going to need so much antacid after this. Whew. This is very good. I mean, that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say, it's fine. Unfortunately, I think I got to give a vote of no confidence to the lobster bisque and the shrimp and lobster linguini. Because, like, this tastes like a tomato basil soup, and that was, I don't know, just... Well, one, they couldn't even shell the lobster properly, apparently. Just get, like, the ultimate feast or whatever, you know, the thing that comes with the lobster tail. You're going to have a better time. Or, if you got the $30 to spend to get the lobster roll. If you... assuming that they shell it right that time, at least. Anyway, I am miserably full, and I gotta go to bed. This is Royce Miller. I'm outie.